What's going on, everybody? Happy Friday. Welcome to Comics and Beer, your Friday night live stream. And today is the big giveaway.
The holiday edition.
Holiday edition. We're your hosts. My name is Bruce.
My name is Stephanie Claus. Mrs. Claus. Mrs. Claus wears a Santa hat. I feel like she'd be stealing his style.
I don't think she does.
She has her own style.
I don't think she does. But guys, it's Friday night. It's Comics and Beer. We're going to drink some beers. We're not going to talk about comic book news. Well, kind of. We are going to talk about comic book news because we have David, Andry, and Skylar, Patridge on the show tonight. They are our big end of the month giveaway creators. So they're helping us do a big giveaway for you guys, which is going to be amazing, obviously, because every single month it's amazing. Yeah, and then we're going to do giveaways at 10:15, 10:30, and 10:45 like we always do. I hope you guys are excited. I hope you guys got your beards decorated with jingles or jingle balls.
How adorable is this?
Jingle balls in your beard. I am sweating profusely already.
I told you we should open the window. I'm already hot.
We're already hot, but I'm just going to sweat it out and make it happen. But guys, I am so excited. Thank you guys for coming in, tuning in. This is actually going to be the last Comics and Beer for the year.
Goodbye, 2020. I'd like to say I'm sad to see you go, but that would be a lie.
A lie! I agree.
That's not true. I had a pretty awesome 2020, despite all the things going on. I got a brand new job.
You did?
It's a pretty awesome job. I got to spend the summer with the kids.
You did.
I got a lot of nice things out of 2020.
Yeah, I mean, 2020 was. I found out that I enjoy working from home, and I get a lot more done when I'm actually at home, which is really, really nice. And I get to spend more time with the kids, more time with Stephanie, because I don't have a 2.5-hour commute every single day. So that's really, really awesome. Let's say hello to everyone in chat. Yes?
We got some new people in chat. David Mendez.
What's up, David Mendez? How are you doing, my friend?
Cisco C.
Cisco C.
Here's always representing. Sam King. Also, here's always representing. And then David Andry came to the chat. He was so excited backstage. He's like, I can't even wait. I got to say hello to the chat. And I'm going to butcher this name. I apologize.
I want to hear it because I would be doing worse.
I'm going to say Tagar.
Tagar,
how
all
you
right.
pronounce the first name.
All right.
Paramartha. Paramartha?
Paramartha? Sure. I would have done it way worse. Way worse. But, guys, Resonant issue number 6 dropped this week on Wednesday, the 16th. We read it.
I read it way before that.
Good. So good to get back in the world of Resonant. So good. I should have read issues 1 through 5 just so I can be like, all fresh and caught up. But
I've memorized it. And the parts that I forget, I tattoo on the inside of my arm.
Oh, wow.
So that way I never forget.
That's good. That's good. It's good. It's good. Make sure you show David those later, so he knows which parts to make more. Yeah.
These are the most
obvious.
Forgetful parts, David.
Clear this up for me, okay?
Just like bears, little girls beating bears. Bears.
Battlestar Galactica. Well, guys, this is Comics and Beer, so we talk about comics, which we're gonna do with David and Skylar. But beers. I've been drinking my beer that I was drinking while warming up for the show, getting the whole place set up. Oh,
like
Stephanie needs a beer.
Beers.
I need another fresh beer that's cold. This is kind of warm. Should we open one?
So Bruce kind of skipped right past what Comics and Beers is, because I didn't get to do my shtick about my beers, so I know you didn't talk about it.
Well, give him the stick, babe.
Shtick.
Let's
say it.
Shtick.
We do have special guests on tonight, but usually Comics and Beer is comic book news, comic book movie news, comic book news, comic book TV show news.
Yes.
We drink beers. That's Bruce's part. He pulls all the news.
I do.
I yell about it.
She does.
Then I go to the beer distributor and then I pick delicious beers for us to drink to get me more hyped about my rants.
So many rants.
I've been waiting for like weeks because they've had Christmas beers out since like October. And I'm like, no, I'm saving them for the Christmas edition. I did it, guys. I held out. Christmas beers for you. We're actually drinking like regular beers.
Yep.
They're not IPAs, which is we haven't done in a while.
We haven't done that in a while. And I was thinking these would be like on the 4.5 to 6 range. No, these are dangerous beers.
I know.
There's 3 of them that are 10 plus, and the rest are like between 8. I think the lowest was like a 6.7. I'm like, Stephanie, what are you trying to do to us?
I didn't look at the proofs because I just assumed they were baby beers because they came in a bottle. Although I should have known because when I bought them, the guy at the beer distributor was like, he's like, you're really going ham with these winter warmers. And I was like, what does that mean? He's
winter warmers?
So we call them winter warmers.
All right. So which one are we drinking first?
We should drink one of the victory ones since we have 2 of them.
All right. I'm just going to take the one in the middle. This is Merry Monkey. It's a Belgian-style ale.
Ooh, 10%. I'm going big hard.
With cranberry, orange peel, cinnamon, and nutmeg. That sounds delicious.
Right? It sounds like Christmas, guys.
It does. I'm going to put Christmas
If you
in my
aren't getting
mouth.
drunk with your family on Christmas with monkeys, then what are you doing?
So these are probably going to go a little quicker than they normally do because this is only 12 ounces. We normally drink 16.
No big deal.
No big deal.
4 less ounces. It's really warm in here, guys. These hats, if you guys are cold this winter, wear a Santa hat.
Oh, I gave you more than me.
Switch it.
All right. So this is what the bottle looks like. Oh my God. Is that Resonant issue number 6 behind
Oh
it?
my God, it's so sexy.
What?
It's so sexy.
What? Wait, who did that cover? Who did it?
It was not me.
Oh, it's not you. I think it was Skylar Patridge. Hopefully I'm saying her last name wrong. She's probably in the backstage laughing at me. You're butchering my name, Bruce.
Bruce loves to butcher names. It's his thing. This is pretty good.
Ooh, yeah. No, I like that. Those are delicious. What time is it? 10:07. Perry Comics is in the house. JM is in the house. Hello, JM. Nice and simple name. I like that.
Cisco C said he's 3 beers down already, drinking some Lagintas, little something hazy.
Lagunitas.
Lagunitas. I like Lagintas.
Lagintas.
Lagintas. Like we have a grocery store over here called Gintas. It's spelled the same way. So Lagintas.
Lagintas. Not Lagunitas. No. Lagintas.
Lagintas.
All right. So yeah. So we have
and JM. I want to say hello because he said hello twice and we didn't say hello to him back because we're rude.
No, I said hello. I said hello.
Maybe that's why I said hi back.
Yeah. Maybe you did.
Or maybe he just wanted to say hi to me. Maybe I'm more special.
You're always more special, babe. But guys, if you guys have not smashed that like button just yet, just do us a favor. Hit that like button. If you're not subscribed to the channel, consider subscribing.
Where the hell is James to tell people this?
I don't know. James is probably coming in. How about you can always DM him on the old Instagram. Check in on him. Hey, James, where are you? And then last but not least, hit that bell for notifications. That way, every time we go live, you're notified. Notified.
David Mendez said he just cracked an Elysian men's room red. What was the Elysian one that we had that was really good? Like Stardust or something?
Probably.
Something like that.
I don't remember.
Really
we drink
good.
a lot
But then we drank that pumpkin one and that was garbage.
Yes.
Night Owl or whatever they call it.
That was pretty terrible. Pretty terrible. But let's bring on our special guest.
I think it's an amazing idea. Let's do it.
I think that's a great idea. So first, let's bring on the writer, the man, the myth, the legend. He's been on the show once. He sent us some interview or a nice little video of himself talking about Resonant. He sends us some free stuff to give to you guys. It was amazing. And then he came on and he gave you guys more free stuff.
Not like you deserve it. None of you did your homework.
None of you guys did your homework that night. And then tonight he's back with more free stuff for you. What? This guy. He's too good. David Andry coming in once again. 3rd time on the show. What's going on, Dave? How are you doing this fine Friday?
Doing great. I'm a giver. I'm a giver, not a taker. So the holiday season, I'm here to give stuff away.
I love it.
I love it. Your package is in New York City.
Okay.
Not here.
Yeah. I figured the weather might have had something to do with it.
Yeah. I think it was supposed to show up today, but because of the snowstorm, the snowstorm wasn't actually that bad here. We got like 4 inches.
We got a lot of ice, so it was heavy to move. My arms were tired today.
My sister is like 4 hours north from here in upstate New York. She got 33, 34 inches, something like that. It was like banana snow.
Oh my god.
Banana.
Yeah, I live in California. I think it snowed where I live maybe twice in my entire life, and it was like the kind of snow where you could quickly go out and make a single snowball and throw it, and it would melt before it hit somebody.
So basically, just throwing like water balloon at them.
We're pretty close to snow. Like you can drive an hour and a half and get to snow, but not in the Central Valley. It doesn't snow here ever.
That sounds like a sad Christmas. Do you wear like shorts on Christmas?
But yeah. I mean, it's like 30s at night, but like during the day, it's pretty nice. I wear shorts all the time.
Did you guys know that in Australia, it's Christmas during summertime? So it's sometimes over 100 degrees.
That sounds terrible. If I was
The
there,
tradition in Australia is go to the beach. Just to go to the beach for Christmas. That's what they do. My brother lives in
to barbecue.
Yep.
No, that's terrible.
Oh, David, what are you drinking? That looks like a fine drink.
That is a Jameson whiskey.
Oh, all right.
It was too busy of a week for beer, so I got to go straight to the hard stuff.
And he's not messing around. Let's see David let loose a little.
Just want to lecture you guys. Our moderator is in the house. James Gallagher.
Still Christmas shopping. Which, I mean, I'll allow.
He's piping in while he's Christmas shopping. Give the guy a break, all right?
I guess.
Oh, my gosh. She needs to get some beer in her quick. All right, David.
I have high standards.
So, you have a new friend.
Yeah.
New friend in your life. Should we bring her on and say hello?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. All right. First, I want to change my background real quick. Need to make it right. Skylar! What is going on?
Hey, how's it going?
Say hello to everyone that's in chat. This is gonna
Hello,
be
chat.
I have a feeling that most people are still in the kids live stream because it goes to like 10:15.
Message them right now. End your live stream. It's our time.
10 o'clock is our hour. So how are you doing this fine day? And what are you drinking?
I didn't know we could do liquor. I thought this was just a beer thing. So
I break the rules.
It's
I
all
make
right.
my own rules.
I'm drinking a strawberry amigo from a local brewery here in New Mexico, actually.
Oh, delicious.
It's a sour. I don't think it technically is a goza, but it's super delicious. It's a little fruity, a little sour. They're out of Albuquerque. They've got a bunch of other stuff, but that's one of my favorites.
Delicious. My fine lady Stephanie loves sours.
Nice.
I just like
Bruce
that.
does not like them.
I do not.
So
like
I don't get to
Oh.
drink.
No,
It wasn't you don't get to drink them. You still get them, and I just don't like them.
yeah, I love sours.
So Skylar, people know David. He's been on the show a few times. How about you tell everyone a little bit about yourself?
Oh, where to start? I am a comic book artist and illustrator out of Santa Fe, New Mexico. And I've been doing comics. I believe this is about my 6th year pursuing comics as a career. And I've done work with Vault before. I actually worked on Relics of Youth with them last year. Have done some things, anthologies, some shorts, and I'm working on an original graphic novel as well. And other than that, I have 2 dogs, and I do kickboxing. And
I mean, I'll take any kind of news you want to give us. But
What kind of dogs? That's what I want.
I have a dachshund, and then I have a mix. We think, we're not actually sure what her mix is, but we think she's part Italian Greyhound, part dachshund, part pit bull.
all right.
It's an interesting mix.
Yeah. They're both
big
low
is she?
riders, though. So, what was
Well,
that?
what did you say?
Did you have a question?
Oh, she said it's an interesting mix.
Oh.
I was just gonna say, if you hear any snoring in the background, that is our English bulldog Frank cranking up the snores because
That's Frank.
It's Frank.
That's a great name too.
Yeah, thank you. But are you excited to be on the show? Are you
Oh my
ready?
God, yeah,
Top
I'm stoked.
Resonant. I mean, are you excited to be so close to David? You're right below him. He's right there.
I know, right? It's the
I should
closest
have
we've ever been.
coordinated something where like he hands you something. And
Right?
Yeah.
We needed to have planned this. Reverse.
Next time I expect like what's the dancing that they do?
I don't know.
Interpretive
Oh, man.
dance. Yes. That's what I'm looking for.
All right. So it is,
Also, before you move on, I want to read Comic Book Poser's comment
All right,
because
all right.
it was
Read it.
hysterical. He said, 1, you think I'd miss the holiday live stream. And 2, I can't wait to read Resonant tomorrow. 3, how gross was helping decorate Bruce's beer.
It wasn't gross. It was delicious. I can't say manicure.
Well, here's the thing. I was in the backstage, and they didn't realize I was in the backstage, so I got to watch the beer decorating. And from my end, a little gross. It was a little gross.
It was even weirder because Bruce wouldn't like talk or move. I go, this isn't a haircut. You can move.
I totally forgot that I had to light like the camera on and everything, and like we like kissed pretty intimately after. I'm like, oh
yeah, I was
like,
starting to blush. I thought it was gonna turn into some different kind of live stream.
He was like, yes,
I thought it was the only fans live stream.
Oh, no.
So.
It's a Patreon only live stream.
All right, guys. So you guys know the deal. We do giveaways at 10:15, 10:30, and 10:45. So we're gonna drop you guys backstage real quick. We're gonna spin the wheel, and guys, it's all Christmas themed. And you guys, you know what? If you guys want to like guess the answers and win something,
I'm gonna shout out all the answers anyway. That's what I do. If I know the answer, because Bruce does all the questions, so rarely do I know the answers. But if I do, I get excited and I scream them, and I'm like, "That's the answer!"
So I'll be dropping you backstage. But again, if you guys know the answers, type it in and win something. It'd be great.
All right, so
all right,
I will
guys.
quickly tell you how y'all are about to win.
We'll go over the prizes first. Yeah, probably a good idea.
I mean, I guess I feel like you should know the rules.
All right, tell them the
then
rules.
See the prizes.
All right, tell them the
whatever. So, Bruce is going to ask you a trivia question. First in chat gets to pick a prize from our list of prizes that Bruce is going to show you right now.
Okay.
So you don't even have to get like an entry into a further giveaway. You get a prize today. Right now.
We order them tomorrow when we're done being hungover. Because we're usually hungover.
Yeah, you got to send us messages on Instagram and tell us what you want because we're not going to remember.
No. All right, guys.
Don't make us watch our own live stream again.
All right, guys. So first up, you can get a $25 gift card because maybe you don't want anything on this list. And then you're like, no, I want something else. $25 gift card coming at you. You can
win beer.
You can buy beer with it, of course. Yeah. You can pick any 2 of these Funko Pops. They're all Christmas themed. Who doesn't want Christmas themed superhero Funko Pops? I don't know. You're crazy if you don't.
How miserable does Batman look in his Christmas pajamas?
He's supposed to be Ebenezer Scrooge.
He's so salty.
Batman, Superman, Flash, Wonder Woman, Joker, Thanos. Who doesn't want a Thanos
Wasn't
Christmas
there a Harley
themed
Quinn
Funko?
one?
I couldn't find it. Then there's this pretty cool Iron Man figure holding a Xbox controller. It's like a little holder for your Xbox controller. Some themed Marvel Rocks glasses, a Spider-Man t-shirt, and obviously a Resonant t-shirt, which was a quick warning that could take up to 4 months to get to.
I think it was only because it was Puerto Rico.
True. But let's go to the wheel. Guys, it's all holiday themed. So I hope you know your Christmas songs, your Christmas shows,
them
Christmas
all
movies.
up on the screen for you guys, so you can totally just.
Oh my gosh, there she goes. Judgy Wudgy had a bear. Judgy Wudgy had no hair.
Nobody says that.
I say that. All right, guys, we're going to spin this wheel. First person to answer this question correctly in chat gets a prize from the list.
You almost said an entry. It's not an entry. It's a prize. Right now.
End of month giveaway. In the classic 1964 TV special, Rudolph, the Red-Nosed Reindeer, what did Hermie the elf want to be?
Oh my God, it's so hard for me not to shout it. I'm giving you 30 seconds and then I'm shouting it.
That was a really good beer.
JM got it.
Who did?
JM.
JM. Oh, JM. Just JM. I forgot. Just JM.
Is that like a thing? Do you really know who that is?
I do not know who that is, but that's good. Just JM.
JM.
So JM. What's
J.M.
So J.
JP Morgan Chase. I'm going to keep talking over you, so just stop yourself.
JM. Go to our Instagram, which is Bruce and Stephanie. DM us what you would like from that list. We're going to go over it a few more times throughout the show. You'll get up to it. Don't worry. But let me just write it down over here. JM. JM.
So easy.
So easy. All right, let's bring back Skylar and David. Let's bring back Skylar first so she's on top.
He said his name is actually JP.
JP.
JPM.
JPM. I switched them up now.
What?
All right, guys. Resonant issue number 6.
Yes.
Happened this week.
Long time coming.
Over a year, Mr. Andry.
Mr. Andry.
Holy moly! I didn't know it was that long. I guess the pandemic made it feel less somehow, but man, that was a long time to wait. But how does it feel to have it finally out? Because we've been talking for a long time. You have more than 12 plus issues written. This is out. This is happening.
Yeah, it was pretty amazing. Like I forgot how cool it was to have a comic book out. That's how long it's been. But yeah, it was pretty great, and good response to it. And I do recommend people rereading 1 through 5 because it kind of picks right up there. And the second arc is just basically going to keep rolling. I mean, it doesn't really slow down. There's no time to breathe, I don't think, in this whole second arc. So reread 1 through 5, jump into 6, and then things are just going to roll from there.
Now, before I ask Skylar any questions, I do want to just confirm issue 6 was written already. Like, it was like 5 was written. You had 6 already written, 7 already written. And so, like, your arc was already there because, or was 5 the last one you had written? And then, like, you got approved. Then you're like, all right, let me finish 6.
No, I wrote it. It's all been written for a long time. I don't have much else to do in my life other than work and write comics. So once and for me, I don't do a lot of pre-planning and outlining. So I kind of go through the writing process and as a discovery along the way. So I really have to write a lot of it to figure out what it is.
Right.
And then if I need to go back and change some stuff because I've changed my ideas of what that series is or what that character is going to be, I'll go back and rewrite. But I kind of just jump in, with both feet and then see if I can swim and just write as much as I can. So yeah, I was done with 1 through 10 before 1 came out, I believe.
That's crazy.
So please don't ask me anything that happens because I've totally forgotten literally all of it. I have no idea. I had to reread 6. And I was pleasantly surprised it was good. I was like, hey, this is okay.
Yeah, I actually had that moment about, I want to say maybe 6 o'clock this evening. I was like, oh, maybe I should reread the first arc.
Well, especially because you don't always work in order too, right? So you're working on page 12 and then page 2 and then jump into a cover. So yeah, it's a nice experience to sit down and read your own comic and go, hey, this is okay. This is pretty good. I like this.
You might be a little biased.
I mean, maybe. I think I also might be my harshest critic, so it could go either way.
Ebbs and flows, I think. Yeah.
At least I can always just say the art was good.
Well,
thank you.
Art was amazing. Art was so amazing. And before we get into Skylar jumping onto the book, I do want to say I loved how issue 6 took all the characters that were introduced throughout the whole first 5 issues and brought them all into the one thing. And I was like, oh my God, this is everyone. It is so awesome. I love this book so much. It's so good. So good. Like, especially the creepy cult people, and they came in, and oh my God, and the church, and then he was just like, what he said there, it was so cool. And I was like, well, what is happening? And then the son finally did the right move and ran back to his sister.
You're not supposed to give it away. People haven't read it yet.
Well, I'm just so excited, okay? The book was so good.
Every time, Bruce.
Okay, but we have to talk about Skylar because Skylar is new. Because there was a different artist on the book. I totally forgot the person's name because it's not important anymore.
He doesn't matter anymore. He's dead to us.
He's dead to us. Skylar is now all I care about and David. But Skylar, how does it feel to be jumping in on issue number 6? No, take a sip.
It's cool. I can answer you.
No, start it real quick and then answer.
I mean, how did you guys meet? How did the whole thing happen? We want to know.
David might actually be able to answer that one a little bit better than me. I got a phone call out of the blue, so that was.
Who called you? Was it Tim?
Tim, Tim blew my mind up. And it was kind of late too. I think it was late in the evening, so then I couldn't sleep. But
so yeah, once we found out the first artist was leaving, I had a period of depression and sadness and hopelessness, and then I started talking with Tim Daniel from Vault and starting, we want to keep going with this series, so we need to figure out who's going to come on as a co-creator, another co-creator, because Skylar's on as another co-creator, because it's a partnership when you're doing this stuff. It's not like, hey, Art Monkey, draw this thing. It's definitely a back and forth. Developing the look and everything. So Tim started coming at me with some names, and I'm like, yeah, this person's good. This person's good. I like this person, but nobody was like sparking my interest. And I had this moment, and I was at work, and I was pacing up and down the hallway, and in this conference room, and I just stopped and I said, "What about Skylar?" And Tim paused, and he's like, "Yes." And because I had Skylar on my list. She was the first name on my list when I pitched Resonant to Vault, because I had been a fan of hers for a really long time, and followed her on Instagram and Twitter and stuff. And I knew Relics of Youth was coming to an end, and I'm like, does she have anything? And so that was basically the only name that I gave to Tim. I'm like, this is who I want to do it, and that's it. So there was no backup plan. There was no second person. I'm not sure there would be Resident 6 if Skylar didn't agree to come on board.
No pressure.
And I mean, you can look at 6 and you can tell, because Skylar really has like both the character storytelling chops and the horror chops. And you need both of those things for Resonant to work. It has to have the family drama, and it has to have these scary ass things going on. So there's not a lot of people that can pull that off, especially not the way she's pulling it off already, one issue in. And I've already seen pages from 7, and it's like crazy.
I just dropped a page tonight, actually.
Did you?
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you, I totally stalked the box, and I'm like, has it been updated?
Yes.
I just love, there's nothing better than seeing pages come in. That's literally better than the book actually being out, is seeing your script perfectly executed. And so like every page has been perfect from Skylar. So I got nothing but good things.
Thank you, Jude.
Well, I have to ask Skylar, was it a lot to... How did you feel about coming onto a book where there's already a style like done, it's already there, and then also character designs already there? So you weren't there to create these character designs, and now you are forced to, you're pigeonholed to kind of like recreate what this other artist did, but obviously in your own style. That had to have been totally a lot to take in at the start, at least. I don't know how you're feeling now, but
yeah, I think coming onto it, it's a very the first arc is a very different art style than I typically work in. But I really liked the kinetic energy that they had gotten in that first arc, with Wordy's colors and Ali's line work. Like, it was just a really stellar looking first arc. And so I wanted to make sure that we were able to keep some of that feel, without just totally abandoning the look of my own work. So it was a little nerve-wracking, just because I didn't want to disappoint people who were really attached to that look of the first arc. But at the same time, it was also really exciting to stretch my own legs a little bit artistically, because historically I've worked a little tighter. My line work's generally pretty clean. And so this was kind of a chance to just get a really messy, gross brush and go crazy with it, mess around with screen tones. And so I got to kind of relax a little bit into it, if that makes sense. So hopefully the end result people like, but initially, yes, it was a little intimidating to come into the book and have to pick the reins up. So.
I couldn't even imagine like having to come in. Even like in my job, I produce like animations for companies, and coming into another person's project, like they had all that information, and somehow I have to pick it all up and then like deal with it, and then like I'm dealing with their budgets, and their budgets are terrible. I'm like, what are you doing? But it's not exactly, but it's like it's always, when you're picking it up for someone else, it's just so much.
Yeah.
And that had to be so much for you. But you did an amazing job. I will say, personally, I was like, I kind of missed the first guy in the first 3 or 4 pages, and then like after that, I was like, oh my god, Skylar is so good. I love it.
Thank you. That really means a lot.
Initial was like kind of like not sure about it, and then it's like, oh, so good, so good.
I mean, to be completely honest, I had my own feeling doing that. I think the first couple pages, it was kind of like trying to warm up, like exercising. You're like trying to figure out how I wanted to work, how I wanted it to look. And so the first few pages myself as an artist coming into it was still kind of like trying to get up to speed. And then getting later on into the issue, I feel like I kind of figured out how I wanted to work and how I wanted it to look.
It was awesome. You guys, issue 6 was the bananas good. It was so good. What do you think?
I mean, we already know. I thought it was amazing. David, if I didn't think it was amazing, I wouldn't even.
He would tell me.
But
Yeah,
you would tell me.
You would tell me.
I would tell you.
I would want you. I would want you to tell
I
me.
wouldn't blow up your spot like loudly, but like, David, what happened? But I would do it quietly. But everyone in chat is agreeing that Resonant is great. People that have read it already. Sleepy Reader said that Resonant is great. JM was very excited for Ma.
Oh, Ma's so good.
There's gonna be so much. There's gonna be so much Ma going forward. Oh my God, it's all Ma all the time.
There was a lot of people jump on while we were talking. Jessica's here. Barikan is here. Sleepy Reader 666. Comic Book Poster said, full disclosure, he's drinking a Zima that's been sitting in his storage room since 2017.
Oh my God.
So Jesus, take the wheel is what he said.
Get poison control on the line.
David Mendez did say, Skylar did it amazing. It definitely felt familiar in ways, but your style shined through. Couldn't
Thank you so
be
much.
more impressed.
Appreciate that.
Secret Reader agrees. New art is amazing.
Here's the thing too, because I get to take credit for all the cool stuff that Skylar does, because it's Skylar with a history in like kickboxing and martial arts was great at choreographing fight scenes. So I get to be like super lazy about fight scenes and just say, hey, make them fight, and she'll be cool.
Make it look cool.
Yeah, that fight scene was I kind of took the reins on that one.
Yeah.
Just because I got really nerdy about it. Because you were like, yeah, there's like some jujitsu stuff. And I was like, okay.
I got it. You're like, shut up, bro. I got this.
She definitely said bro. She's like, yeah, bro.
Yeah, me and Skylar spent a lot of time on the phone, like getting kind of to know each other and like talking through stuff just so we can make sure we got on the same page. Because again, comics is collaboration. It's not like, this is not dictatorial. This is not like, this is the way it has to be. I will gladly take any good idea that anybody throws out and take the credit for it as much as possible.
I like that. That's my style too. I'm like, did you guys see how good we did?
Yeah.
All right, guys, it is 10:33, so I got to do the giveaway real quick, and then we'll bring you guys right back on. Skylar, do you have something you want to say?
Oh, no, I was just going to say, to David's credit, he's a fantastic writer. So he inspires me to want to tell things that from a visual standpoint even more, to take that to 100. So it's definitely a team effort.
You complete me.
Yeah.
Aw, you guys are so cute.
Try it.
Come on, David, do it.
It's all backwards.
It's all backwards. I couldn't even do it if it was forwards. Are you kidding me?
All right, guys, we'll drive backstage. All right, guys, what time is it? Giveaway time.
Before we do the giveaway, can I just say Carmen not in San Diego is here?
What?
It's been months.
It's been so
Carmen
long.
not in San Diego showed her beautiful face. Welcome, Carmen. Welcome back.
Welcome back. Welcome back. So, guys, just a really refresher, little refresher. We're gonna do
little sneaky peek.
little sneak peek. So this is the giveaway. So tonight, it's not entries into the end of the month giveaway because it is the end of the month giveaway. What? I know it's so early, but Christmas is next week. We're not gonna be
And then
on.
New Year's. So, guys, we'll see you next year.
See you next year. But what your choices are: $25 gift card. 2, you get to pick 2 from these Funko Pops. Batman, Superman, Flash, Wonder Woman, Joker, Thanos, all Christmas themed.
You got me Harley Quinn, though, right?
Of course. I got the Iron Man. It's like a holder for your Xbox or PlayStation controller. These Avengers mugs. The Spider-Man. I said Batman. Spider-Man t-shirt, or obviously a Resonant t-shirt.
Which is what you want.
Which is what you want.
I can't believe we forgot to put a Batman toaster on there.
We did. There's obviously a Batman toaster.
A Batman toaster is always the option.
Always the option. But guys, the first person to answer this question correctly in chat gets a prize.
You just get to pick it right now. You don't have to wait. Right now. Put it in your Amazon.
Oh
cart.
yeah, it is Christmas themed. All Christmas themed.
Christmas themed beards, Christmas themed hat, Christmas themed sweaters. When you guys can see me bigger, I'll tell you what my sweater
What
said.
was the name of the magician with the magic hat in the 1969 TV special Frosty the Snowman?
I got this one right. Bruce got it wrong.
I got it
No big
wrong.
deal. Yes, Comic Poser Resonant T-shirt club. You want to be a part of that? You want to be a part of the Batman Toaster club. Those are the two clubs.
Those are great clubs.
And the peeing on the floor club.
And guys, if you guys have not hit that like button, we would really appreciate if you guys hit that like button. If you're not subscribed to the channel, take a second. Get
It's not
yourself subscribed.
Merlin. Well, it is
Not Scrooge,
Merlin,
not
but,
Jack Frost.
but it's we gonna need Merlin's full name.
No, it's not that guy. It's Professor something. Remember?
But I thought his first name was Merlin.
No.
James Galagos got it right.
James did? Professor Hickey, yeah, Professor.
Wait. Jessica swore. No, wait. It's going too fast. Who got it right first? Jessica got it right
Jessica
first.
got it right. Jessica
Wait.
did. Right?
I'm so confused.
Merlin, Scrooge, Jack,
I see
Fred.
Jessica here, but then over there. Hold on.
No, Jessica's right.
I know,
Sorry.
but
We're just clearing up some chat here.
who did I say? Oh, yeah. Sorry. No, Comic Poser was before him, and then Jessica Suarez was before. So Jessica got it right. I'm sorry for lying to you, James. I'm a terrible friend.
So who won it?
It was Jessica.
Jessica Suarez.
Jessica needs a bigger prize. Hit us up. It's so weird
Jessica's
hearing
won.
myself. Like the echo, it really throws you off, people. This is what news anchors feel like. It's hard to be them.
All right. So we're bringing our special guest back on for this time. But guys, if you guys have a second, share this on your social media. Let's get some more people in because Skylar and David are amazing and they're just they need to be known by more people. Who's going to be on top, David or Skylar?
We gotta switch it up every other one.
All right, here
This
we
is my
go.
beer.
So how you guys doing? We're just going to talk about our beer real quick. So now we are drinking Holidale.
It is an interesting. I thought I was gonna hate it because it was like really dark, and I don't like really dark beers. It is brewed in whiskey barrels, so I knew it was gonna be a little dark,
It was delicious.
but it was pretty good. I don't.
My whiskey is brewed in beer barrels.
they switched up. This is also 10.5%. I don't know what I was thinking when I picked this beer.
I like that you guys are front loading yourself with
Get it all
alcohol.
out of
It's
the
gonna
way.
make the last half of this stream very interesting.
Well, Bruce likes to he starts off slow and then I'll finish it quickly, and then towards the end I'm like, no, I'm starting to get drunk. I'm slowing down, and Bruce is like, he's like, why don't you drink yours? And he starts slamming mine. So
We're moving on to Sam Adams now. This is Sam Adams Holiday White Ale. We're going from 10.5 to 5.5.
and you can tell the difference in the 10.5 to the.
It's Sam Adams. Sam Adams. I don't like. What do you guys drink Sam Adams at all ever?
I had the Oktoberfest either
I like
this year or last year. That one was good. Yeah, I was very impressed with it. So.
I don't like their Boston Lager personally.
Yeah.
I don't like any of their mainstays, but all of their seasonal ones I tend to enjoy.
Skylar, they make a delicious sour beer.
Really?
6.
Okay.
I don't like that
Good
at
to
all.
know. Good to know.
This one's pretty good.
I don't like every sour beer, but it's usually a pretty good bet that I'll enjoy one. So.
All right, so
Sam Adams. I recommend it to a friend.
we're gonna talk Resonant.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah.
All right, so I guess one question that I want to know, if you can divulge this information, how far is this next arc approved for?
Oh, we're gonna go to 10. We're gonna go to 10.
Okay.
And that will probably wrap it. Skylar has a lot of other stuff on her plate. So I think we'd probably have to wait 2 years. I think we'd have to probably wait 2 years for the next arc after that.
Stop yelling at Skylar.
I'm not yelling at Scott, I'm yelling at David.
It's not David who's saying it. He's saying it's Skylar's fault. So
It's not anybody's fault. It's
lower,
yeah.
lower volume and
if there's more in the future, just let me know, David.
Yeah.
just take another 13-month break,
Yeah,
and then
Right.
do it
I may need it after this arc.
Yeah,
This arc's
with
intense.
indie comics, there's not a lot of comics that go for long runs anymore. You see, like a lot of these indie comics will go 4 issues to 5 issues and done.
Yeah.
So getting to 10 issues is a pretty big deal now, and we'll see what happens.
Well, are you ending it? Like,
there is an end, but I've also written 5 additional issues after 10.
Can we pay you for those 5 issues?
So if I win the lottery tonight, can I pay for
that?
you?
What happens after 10, between 10 and the, idea of 11 is like a 2-year jump. So it would be further in the future, and so everything that wraps at 10 does wrap in a satisfying way, and that's what I wanted for 10, because that was the original idea, was to go to 10. Now, just in case, I wrote to 15, but that's can be just for me, for funsies.
What if we do a GoFundMe, like we crowdsource the last 5?
I think it's a great idea. But Skylar, where are you in the process? I've seen covers for, I think, 7 and 8. Are those out on the webs?
I don't know if 8's out yet.
I've seen the boat one. Is that 7?
Yeah, that's 7.
That's 7.
I think 8 has also been solicited, so I think it's floating around, maybe out there somewhere.
Okay.
Or David might have dropped it in our DMs.
It hasn't been, the 8 hasn't been, I think, officially finished, but here's a little, let's see if my camera will pick it up. Oh, look at that.
Yes, David did send us that, yes.
Yes.
Oh my God.
This was so I think everybody knows at this point, that's my dog that's in the book.
Busy.
Right? It's based on Busy Bee, my dog, my pit bull. And my one request for the second arc was to have a Fern cover. And I said, I don't care which cover it is. I just want Fern to be doing something cool. And Skylar dropped this on me, and I lost my shit.
You're famous!
Yeah.
I am always a little stressed when I have to draw Fern, just because I know she's very important. Because I'm like, she has to be perfect.
Every panel in issue number 6 was amazing. So you did an amazing job.
Thank you.
But where are you at in the process right now?
We were working on wrapping up 7, and then all the covers are actually done. I just think they're waiting for colors. I think a couple of them maybe, and then getting ready to start 8 here pretty soon. So,
how long does it take you to draw the whole cover?
It varies. Anywhere, usually 5 weeks. I want to say 5 to 6 from pencils to inks. So it can vary depending on this year. How crazy this year has been. But yeah, and usually a little over a month for me. And then if there's any revisions, that can kind of push things a little bit more and stuff like that. So,
what is your process? Are you like actual pens or pencils and then actual inks? Are you digital? How do you create your art?
I am a mix. For most interior pages, I am working digitally. Covers, there's some of them are traditional, some of them are digital. It's kind of whatever fits the bill at that point, and then time permitting. So there's some pages in issue 6 that were hand penciled, and then for time's sake, we're inked digitally. So it's kind of a free for all. It's really just kind of what suits me at that time. But a lot of things are digital for sure. And I usually start with, there's usually layouts, pencils, and inks on the artist side. I tend to do sort of a layouts pencil mix. Those 2 stages usually get smushed into one, unless I do something horribly unreadable, and then DB can tell me, and then I have to go and clean it back up.
which never happens. In fact, sometimes she's doing layouts, and I'm like, "Well, that page is done, right?" And it's like, "No, I still got work to do on that one."
How many times has David asked you to change a panel or change a page?
I don't think he's asked me for anything. He's
Really?
a wonderful person.
No. I trust my artist for sure. I mean, Skylar knows better than me what looks good on a page. I'm just the word guy. So, absolutely, unless it is a different character or something crazy happens, I'm almost always going to trust the artist, because they're the artist. I'm biased towards artists as a reader. right? You know, as a comic book reader, there are a couple of writers that I'll buy their stuff almost exclusively, but if the art's not good, I don't really want to read the book, because comics is a visual medium, and I want the visual part to be really, really good first.
Well, I will say, usually you and I can sort of look at, like, I'll do layouts, and then you and I can look them over. And if there's any sort of like, this doesn't quite work, or maybe I got somebody's outfit wrong or something like that. That's usually the stage when we can kind of fix some stuff. Before anything gets too far along. But usually after I send layouts out, that's kind of when DB and I talk and figure out if there's anything that doesn't quite work. As far as big art stuff, I feel like you've been pretty awesome to just let me run.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep doing it too. So once Skylar does the layouts, and it can be really, really rough breakdowns, but you know, since you're looking at the script and you're looking at the sketch, you're like, oh yeah, that's gonna make sense. And once that is approved, and I'll approve it, and Adrian, the editor, will approve it, then it's just basically like full steam ahead.
Amazing.
All right,
guys, it's giveaway time again already. Can you believe it? This hour is going by so fast. I want to let everyone know in chat. The next 15 minutes, we're gonna ask questions if you guys don't have any. But guys, the next 15 minutes is your 15 minutes. This is your time to ask David or Skylar any questions that you guys have. I know there's some new people in chat that I believe are fans of Skylar and David. So please, this is your time. If you have any questions you want to ask them about issues 7, 8, 9, 10, 15.
Won't tell you anything about them, but you can ask.
Or just about like the process or anything you guys want to know. But let's drop them backstage, do the trivia, do the giveaway. And yeah. So should we show the prizes one more time?
Do it, baby. There's so many people that I didn't get to say hello to, though.
Well, then say hello.
Chat has been crazy. Andy's here, Comic Man Andy, to share his dad
Mandy,
jokes.
What's going on? Do you have jingle balls for your beard? You should get some.
You should. Leo Marquez is here.
What's up, Leo?
Chaos is here. Comic Burrito, assuming the call of the burrito group, is here. Pete, did I say hello to Peter Good Game?
Mm-hmm.
Peter Good Game, Two Gun Pedro, Jeremiah Babcock, here to just say that Zima's brings back ugly 90s hangovers. Guys, I used to think I was the shit for drinking things like Zimas and wine coolers. Turns out...
Who did it at one point in their lives?
Turns out I was not the shit. I'm the shit now, though.
You are, baby. You are. Anyone else?
I mean, there's...
Right.
I hope I got everyone. I apologize if I didn't.
So the giveaways. These are your choices. $25 gift card. Two of any of these Funko Pops. Batman, Superman. This is all Christmas themed. Flash, Wonder Woman, Joker, Thanos. This pretty cool Iron Man controller holder. These two rock glasses. They are Marvel themed. The Miles Morales t-shirt or Resonant t-shirt, obviously. Duh. So we're gonna go to the wheel.
Wait, before we go to the wheel, two things.
All right.
Leo Marquez says he's got so many balls to the face jokes.
All right, just throw them in chat. We'll read them
right now, which is amazing. Plus, a bunch of people have made comments about our sweaters. I want to just take a moment to be like, guys, this is our sweaters. Mine is a Norwal that says, "Bye, buddy."
I hope you find out. Mine's just two sloths climbing a Christmas tree.
But it's like an awesome pattern, and it really represents ugly Christmas sweaters all around the world.
I'm not gonna lie, I like it. That's why I picked it up. All right, guys,
that's it. Spin the wheel.
Spin the wheel, guys. I do want to say, if David and Skylar do want to stick on, and like we will do the wheel, all four of us. I do have a second wheel with 10 more questions. Would be for the January end of the month giveaway. Who tried to steal Christmas
easy
from the hose from Hoville? Who tried to steal Christmas from the hose from Hoville? The Grinch!
Timnas Garuda.
Oh.
Terrible. I butchered that shit. I know I did. Timnas.
That's a hard name, baby.
Timnas Garuda.
All right, so hold on. I'm gonna bring David and Skylar. All right, guys, pronounce that name.
Timnas
Garuda.
See,
Team
same
Nas.
as me.
Is that right?
I don't know.
You guys were right on. I mean, I have no idea. I would have said something probably really offensive, and I wouldn't mean to, obviously. But...
Also, Comic Man Andy wants to know, what is a dinosaur's least favorite reindeer?
Oh God,
you have to know this, baby. I got it right away.
You did?
Yeah.
What was the question?
What is a dinosaur's least favorite reindeer?
I don't know.
Comment.
Comic Man Andy. If you guys don't know Comic Andy, he has his own YouTube channel. He loves dad jokes.
He just tells terrible dad jokes, and
Terrible.
they're amazing.
All right, guys. So this is your guys' time. If you guys have any questions for David, for Skylar, ask them in chat. James will try to make sure that they get to us immediately. But
while we're waiting for the questions, I would like to tell Tim Nas to please hit us up on Instagram so that way we can send you your present, because we need your address and things of that nature to be able to send you the prize that you chose from our list of prizes. Also, we are going to do another giveaway on our Instagram.
Yes. So there is going to be one other giveaway on our Instagram that we're going to do after the show, probably tomorrow or the next day. But we're going to give away, I don't know, 10, 15, 20 issues of Resonant. We're not sure how many issues we're going to give away.
We're going to see how many we can get.
We're going to see how many issues of issue 6 we can get our hands on, and then we're just going to be giving them out. We'll have a whole, follow us on YouTube, follow us on XYZ.
Tag a friend. Take your pants off.
Drink a beer, take a picture. But yeah, so there's going to be another giveaway after this. So make sure you guys are following us on social media. But, yeah.
That's what I had to say.
Resonant. Guys, it's such a good book. You guys
How many times have you said Resident? Because I mispronounce the name of my own comic all the time.
Everyone thinks Bruce keeps saying Resident.
I'm saying Resonant.
Resonant. But he's got a weird New Hampshire accent, so it's not like human speak. It's
not like human speak.
It's weird, weird New Hampshire. They say they want to be Boston, but they're not there. So it's a mix. The Boston's bastard child.
My stepson Nate said the other day, he was like, "Dad, do you have an accent?" I'm like, "Yes." And he's like, "Where's it from?" This is another 10% beer, by the way. I'm like, it's from New Hampshire. It's like a New England accent. He's like, "What's an accent?" I'm like, "Oh God, how do I explain an accent to a 10-year-old or 11-year-old?" And I just tried to explain to him. He's like, "Your accent's weird." I'm like, "Yes, this is weird."
I didn't know my mom had an accent until I was in college, and I just thought she didn't know how to pronounce words. She was from my family's from the South, and I grew up in California, so I thought she just said things like "sofer," and that was normal.
Is that sofa or sulfur?
Sulfur.
That was for a couch. A couch is a sofa. She added R's to things, and I'm not sure if it's accent or she just didn't know how to talk right. She said "arsome." That's so awesome.
To things.
All right, so we got some questions rolling in. I don't want to miss any, so I'm gonna start reading them.
You're gonna start with Jeremiah Babcock.
Yeah, okay. So I'll put it up on screen. So hopefully you guys can see them. Skylar, I'm sorry, I'm covering some of you. I don't mean that in any offense.
That's it.
Okay. Who were your comic idols? What made you want to make comics?
You want to go first?
You go first.
Me to go first?
You go first.
Oh God, stuff's falling down behind my computer. Just a second here. You go first. I'll fix this.
Well, I when I was a kid, so I started collecting comics in 1986. Okay, so the first thing I got was a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles made me want to do comics. I started making comics in 8th grade, 6th grade actually. I started drawing comics and being terrible at it, and then did more in 8th grade, and then I lived through the explosion in the 90s, of Image and Todd McFarlane and Rob Liefeld and all those guys, and then I think as a more mature creator, definitely people like Brian K. Vaughan, Fiona Staples, writers like Tom King, definitely Jim Zub, who I love as a person and who makes fun comics. Yeah, I would say that.
My turn.
Go.
For me, I think I wanted to make comics since I was a tiny kid. I grew up with an older brother, and we had comics and video games and everything laying around the house. So I kind of grew up with all of that, and was always naturally just somebody that I wanted to draw all the time. That was like the best way for my parents to get me to behave as a kid if we were anywhere in public was pen and paper. And I would shut up and I would sit down and I would draw. And so that's always kind of been a natural inclination. So seeing the comics around and it being such a visual medium, and I knew that they were drawn by people, that kind of was always a spot of interest for me. And I think I sort of naturally gravitated toward my artistic style moving in more of a comic art style, more illustrative. And I want to say my first real memory of comics and really paying attention to who the artist was probably Jim Lee. I grew up reading his X-Men run and had the animated series. And so the X-Men were, I think, the ultimate thing for me as a kid growing up and what I thought comics were. And then I think as I got older, I started branching out into a little bit more indie stuff. Phil Noto was a huge inspiration for me. I think his book, Beautiful Killer, that he actually did with Jimmy Palmiotti way back, was, I think I was in high school or early high school. And that was kind of the moment where I was like, oh, I really want to do this. I really want to try to make comics in some way. Because it was about a spy, and she was sort of abandoned and suddenly had to find her way back, and sort of a vengeance tale. And that whole thing was also really exciting for me when I kind of realized that comics didn't have to be superheroes. It could be anything. It could be telling any kind of story. And so that was really exciting. And that I think pushed me more toward wanting to make more and more comics. And then more recently, I would say people I am always impressed with and constantly look to for inspiration. Like Joelle Jones, Chris Somney, some people who are working currently, Fiona Staples. Yeah, just I could fill up this whole interview with people that I'm inspired by.
Awesome news. But we have so many other questions. So we got to be quick, rapid fire.
All right.
There's like so many other questions.
All right, before favorite X-Men, go, both of you.
Favorite X-Men.
Oh, come on. How do we quick do this? I know them right off the bat. Oh my gosh, amazing.
I don't know. I would probably say like Colossus, just because I dig his power. I don't know. I always liked that. Like, I don't know. He looked really, really cool as a kid. You know, like this dude's all metal. That guy's rad.
All right. So next, moving on. JM has, if we don't get issues 11 through 15 in comic form, will we find out what happens in any other way? Because now I have to know.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
That's what I'll say.
We're going to crowdfund the shit out of it.
Right. Moving on. Comic Andy. Skylar, what is that beer?
You know what, Andy? If you were here earlier, you would know, but Skylar will be nice and tell you.
Oh, you can't read it. There we go. It's a Strawberry Amigo from Bow and Arrow Brewing out of Albuquerque, New Mexico.
All right. Is that a trade paperback? Is the trade paperback for Resonant out now? Yes, we've actually given away multiple signed copies from the amazing, the famous, the mystical, amazing man that is David Andry.
And if you want signed copies, the side that I've signed from the trade, you can get them from Empire's Comics Vault in Sacramento, and they are doing shipping right now. So find them on Facebook. Ben, the owner, is very responsive on Facebook, so hit them up. And he has signed copies. I went there on Wednesday night to sign some Resonant and sign all the trades that they have on stock right now.
And then, all right, Pete, and this will be the last question, then we'll do the grand prize. And then if you guys want to stick around for a bit longer, we can do some more after this.
We're going to shout so many questions at you.
But Pete's in the game says, hey, David, do you feel you have any creative advantage from living in the great city of Sacramento, California? Kind of unfair to other creators, don't you think?
100%. It's almost like cheating living in Sacramento. The comic scene is so powerful here that you kind of just absorb comic bookness by kind of walking around.
Just walk
We
by
have like
people.
12.
Good
We have like
idea.
12 comic book shops in like a 10-mile radius here. Like you can't trip without falling into a comic book shop. So absolutely, and they're all very supportive of like local creators and stuff. So Sacramento is actually a really great comic book town.
I mean, I don't know Sacramento, California.
I've never been to
there.
California. The furthest west I've ever been is Las Vegas. That was it.
I've been to San Francisco, but I need to go to Sacramento because David lives there, obviously.
Sacramento's further north.
I hope you
right?
like high fives, David, because there's going to be so many high fives coming at you.
Sacramento is famous for being close to other things. There's nothing
like
really-
up north,
There's
right?
nothing really
They have,
in
like,
Sacramento, but you can
there.
kind of get to San Francisco. You can kind of get to Tahoe. You can get other places from Sacramento. But
Is that like middle or bottom?
right in the middle?
All
Right in the right. If you go basically east of San Francisco, in the middle of the Central Valley.
All right. All right.
Okay.
Well, we have a grand prize to give away, which is going to be issues. How many issues did you send us, David? Because we don't have the package, so I don't.
1 through 6 with
One
some variants in there.
Variant!
There might be this variant.
What?
Might be a different variant that I'm almost out of.
Variant, David.
What?
See one of those?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
David, I just want you to know, I did order one of the issue number 1 variants that I was missing last night.
Awesome. Which one?
It's the one with the big cicada,
Oh yeah.
and then Becca.
Yeah. That's my con banner. I use that art as my convention banner because it's so awesome.
There's Unknown Comics was doing a buy 3 get 3 free, and they were selling that for $13. It was the cheapest I saw it. And
Yeah. It's a Chris Foreman cover.
it's amazing, just amazing.
FYI.
I think I'm only missing 2 now.
But you guys know that the comic books are the chintzy version of the grand prize, right? The real grand prize.
Oh yes, I will show that right now.
Yeah, it's right there.
All right, hold on. Let me bring it up. I want to bring that up first. Yes.
So not only will you get issues 1 through 6 signed by David Andry, you are going to get this amazing.
That's unfair.
I mean, this is one of the coolest things that I've ever seen with my own 2 eyes. It's so freaking cool. Original sketch from Skylar. I'm guessing this is done with inks and or pencils and inks. Yes.
Yep.
So this is like crispy, amazing. Oh, and then we're dropping a $50 Visa gift card on top of that because
Dang,
you know,
guys.
we
Guys, every
don't
time
have.
we do these giveaways, it makes me
See,
mad.
I'm mad. I'm mad about this giveaway because
I'm mad about this giveaway too.
you guys wouldn't let me get drawing entries into this one because you said it was a Resonant giveaway.
You don't get to win your own
I
giveaway.
want to win my own giveaway.
No,
It's for the art.
that's not fair.
Ugh.
People will hate
I
you.
mean,
There'll
so-
be riots in the streets. You have enough riots in California. More.
That's true. But yes, it's an amazing giveaway. It's all because of David. It's all because of Skylar because they're giving the meat of it. We're just giving a couple dollars at you. But thank you guys both so much. We're gonna drop backstage real quick so we can spin this wheel. And if you guys want to stick around, totally stick around because we'll do some more, and then we're gonna do some more trivia questions. And I don't know.
Give more shit away, guys.
Give
We have
more
so
shit
much
away.
shit to give away. It's like it's weighing down my back. It's so heavy.
It's so heavy.
Oh my god, guys.
Oh my god, guys.
You guys want it.
All right, guys, let me just go full screen with this. And then I want to go over here. So this is our wheel.
Holy moly. I like to say that Jessica Suarez and Max Washington are dominating.
Dominating this wheel. Dominating.
Guys, this
wheel.
was their month. I apologize in advance for one of them. When one of them wins.
All right, babe, you watch chat because actually you don't need to watch chat
I
because
need
we're
to watch
spinning the
chat.
wheel and we're just telling everyone. I don't want to move my chat because I have all the questions queued up here for David and Skylar. So I'm gonna spin this wheel. Actually, no, I don't spin the wheel.
I spin the wheel. That's my one thing I contribute to the show.
She's contributed so much more to the show. But guys, the wheel is spinning.
Who's
Is Jessica
gonna be a-
Suarez gonna win?
Oh my god!
Finally, Jessica wins! Woo, 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 woo.
Remove her. Remove all instances of her.
Guys, so Skylar, oh, not Skylar, sorry, Jessica has been a fan of the show for a very long time.
She was like one of the firsties, guys.
So she, my colleague, Frank Suarez, her uncle, I don't know, somehow convinced her to come on and then like watch us. But she's been on every single Friday. She's been out with friends at a bar and watching comics and beer.
And she's still on. Like, guys, I'm here. Sorry.
Jessica is an amazing fan. I am so excited that she won, especially this prize, because we've sent her a signed trade paperback of issues 1 through 5 to her. Now she's getting all these issues, floppy copies. That's right, floppy copies.
Guys, how can you not hear the word floppy copies and think of a flaccid penis? That is what I think of every time Bruce says it, like a floppy copy.
Signed from David. And you're getting variants. What? And then you're getting this sign, or that's not, well, I'm sure Skylar did sign it. Print or sketch from Skylar. I mean, this is the cool, so freaking cool. And then you're going to get $50. And then you already won something earlier today. This is a Jessica Suarez night.
Jessica and I
Jingle.
are like best friends now. No big deal. We watch all of our TV shows together and then talk about how terrible they are / good. Oh my God. How terrible was that show you watched HBO Max?
How long can you guys hang out?
I got nothing to do with my life.
I'm on a graveyard schedule right now.
Yeah, Skylar like texts me at like 4 a.m. Hey, I'm doing, she'll send me a sketch or send me something, and like I'll wake up in the morning to go to work, and I'm like, what? Why are you texting me at like 4 o'clock in the morning?
I'm a sewer person.
Yeah.
I'm the opposite. I'm in bed by 10.
So Skylar, are you really up to like 4 a.m. in the morning working?
Later, actually. Yeah, my partner actually works a graveyard shift, so we're on about the same schedule.
Wow.
And they get home at 7 in the morning. So sometimes I'm in bed before they get home, but sometimes not. So
I can't even imagine. If I said till 11, I'm sick for like 3 days. I have to recover. I'm like, I need to catch up on my sleep.
Yeah.
So your California times, they're going to bed at 7 a.m. It's 4 a.m. Oh, so you're pretty much going to bed right as I'm waking up. So I wake up at 5 a.m. Eastern time.
Most people, yeah. I start seeing like emails coming in like right as I'm going to bed. I'm like, no, we'll answer this. We'll answer this in the afternoon. I'm not sleeping. But
So I know that. I know Skylar's the night owl. So in the morning when I wake up, I turn off my alarm and I check to see if any art has been put into the shared.
It will likely go in at like.
And it would likely, yeah. I'll check before I go to bed, and I'll check when I get up, and it's like, ding. I'm like, yes, more stuff.
So great. All right. So
wait, before we go forward, because Andy says he needs to go to bed and he really wants us to read the latest dad joke that he posted in the comments. He wants to know, if you bought a cow for the milk, but it ends up not making any, would you call that a milk dud or an utter failure?
Oh.
All right, Andy, now go to bed. We read your joke.
I think that would have been.
I liked it, Andy. I liked it.
I think that would have been successful for him. All right, so some more questions.
Yes, Leo, I'm still eating Cheetos after the show. I made Bruce go pick me up Cheetos on my way home.
All right, so Sleepy Reader wants to know, did you know exactly where Resonant was going when you started issue 1?
No, I didn't know where Resonant was going when I finished issue 8. So yeah, like I said before, it's like I describe it as jumping out of an airplane with the parts to make a parachute and hoping I can knit it together before I hit the ground. And so I like to put a bunch of stuff in the world, and then things tend to reveal themselves, and stuff that I didn't realize I was doing, I find out I was doing later. So there's going to be some stuff really from issue maybe even 2 and 3 that's going to pop up in issue 9 and 10 that you're going to go, oh, I didn't realize he was thinking that far ahead. And the truth is I wasn't. It just got real lucky. So Resonant is loosely based on the Odyssey. So I knew kind of the touchstones that I wanted to get. I knew that I wanted the kids to have to do stuff at home, and I knew that I wanted Paxton to have to go to a couple of different locations. But as far as like where it was going to end, I didn't come up with the ending until like towards the end of the writing process.
Awesome. I mean, I'm sad and also happy I never read the Odyssey, because if I read the Odyssey, I feel like I'd be able to somehow look into the future and find the ending. But now that I haven't, I don't know.
Works out perfectly. Bam. Next question. Go. There's so many, and people keep adding more.
Okay, where did your inspiration or ideas for this story come from? From David Memphis.
So the one of the ideas was this idea of these kind of insidious like thoughts and something called high place phenomenon, where you go to like you're standing at the edge of a balcony or you're driving over a bridge and you have this thought of jumping, and it's not a suicidal thought. It's just, it goes through your mind, you know, what if I jumped? And I remember having this feeling, you know, when I was a young person in college and going, whoa, what is that? Why is that? Why do I feel like I might jump if I keep kind of leaning over this edge? And I would think about jumping and it would kind of like get stuck in my head. And, you know, without the internet and stuff back in those days, I didn't really know what it was. And then you know, it kind of stuck with me and I wanted to use it as a story idea, but I couldn't find a place for it. And then I kind of wanted to do my take on the Odyssey. And I'm like, well, what kind of world would be so terrible that it would be hard to get back to your loved ones? And that's what I wanted the story to be. I wanted the story to be a father going out and having to get back to his loved ones and having to do whatever it would take to get back. And I said, well, what if this world, like, people followed these impulses that they had? And that kind of putting those two things together really created kind of the idea of Resonant. And I really wanted to test this father and really, you know, basically put the screws to him and see what level of hell he was willing to go through to get back to his kids.
Which most fathers go through a lot. Sam King, I also just want to say he's holding a signed one right now, which is we did send Sam a signed trade paperback of Resonant 1 through 5.
But Sam lives in Canada, and that was the giveaway that I also gave away a bag of Cheetos, and I couldn't send it to Sam, and I offered to crush them up and put them between the pages of Resonant, but he didn't want that.
I think that would
Tyler, you're new to the show. I'm a big fan of Cheetos.
I understand.
So, I have like a Cheetos Funko Pop.
Oh
and
my
my dream is that we get famous enough that Cheetos will sponsor our show and then send me a lifetime supply of Cheetos.
Are you like strict Cheeto, or do you like the spicy, the flaming hot?
No, I just like the puffy Cheetos. I don't like the
Alright.
I don't even
No,
fuck
no,
with
she
crunchy.
lies. She likes the paws.
I like
the
the
paws are
the paw shaped
great.
ones.
Do you like the
Yeah.
big the big puffy
X's
one?
and O's?
Puffy ones. I don't fuck with the crunchy ones.
Oh no, I like the
The puffs.
spicy and the crunchy ones.
I'm more with David, but I don't like. I'm more of a sweet guy. Just gonna say.
Puffy Cheetos for life.
Did you ever try the Cheeto churros?
I was just gonna say, yeah.
I'll try the Cheeto churros.
I do like the white cheddar Cheetos. Those are
Yeah, those Cheeto churros were something else, man.
I like the Halloween white cheddar Cheetos. I like those, but I never tried the churros.
Bones. Was it crossbones? Yeah.
Can you draw feet? That's the most important question. I told you
this
someone was
is-
going to
Yeah.
know. If you can draw feet, or
I
horses,
do.
always
Yeah.
Jeremiah's here. He's my feet man.
Feet and horses are not a big deal to me. It's hair is actually the thing that I wind up laboring over. And it isn't that I don't like drawing it. It's just that I start thinking about it too much because there's no controlling it.
Yeah.
The page I dropped this morning, DB, like there's a lot of hair in that.
There's a lot of hair in
and-
there.
Yeah, and I spent a lot of time messing with it.
Is it like armpit hair or like
Armpit hair is not a big deal. Just scratch it in. But, flowy hair.
where he's like
Yeah.
I believe he has gone to bed at this point, but he just says, "Have you ever read Saga?" It's his favorite book of all time. It's also an amazing book. Have you read it, David?
Yeah, Saga's one of my favorites. Look, there's few people that I'll blind buy from. One is Fiona Staples. It does not matter. She could be drawing the instructions on how to assemble IKEA furniture, and I'm buying it. The other is Brian K. Vaughan. Anything he writes, I'm buying it. So you put them both together, it was an automatic buy. And I've been on Saga since issue 1. I have them, and I've read them, and I have the hardcover so I can reread them. Absolutely one of the best books, one of my favorite books of all time.
I only read the first issue, and
Just-
that was it. But I read like the first 12 of Paper Girls. I am
Paper Girls is great.
Howard-
Paper Girls is great.
Yeah.
I don't, yeah, if you can get behind Paper Girls, you can for sure get behind Saga. I
Well,
don't
I
know.
bought both in trade, so I'm like trying to catch up because I wasn't there for the beginning. So
I just want to like shout out Coleman again. He is such a big Saga fan. He has hunted down like different language number ones.
Oh, nice.
He's bananas over.
I think I have some because kind of where I got my comic book start-ish was volunteering for Skybound, Robert Kirkman's company, does Walking Dead and all that jazz. And so I've worked a bunch of like conventions, including like Image Expos and things like that. I might have some like special edition Saga stuff sitting around in one of these hundreds of boxes here of comics that I need to organize.
So there's hope for Andy.
There's
hope.
All right. Well, I'll tell Andy to hit you up on IG because he is, I think, the biggest. I mean, you watch his YouTube channel, it's literally 9.8 of like crazy number one sagas. He's bananas over
They're supposed to come back and do a whole nother whatever 48 or whatever issues they've done so far. It's supposed to be only halfway done.
Well, I've only read up to issue like 20, I believe, so I have a lot to catch up on. It's so
As do
creepy. It's so like the spider.
Don't tell me
girlfriend.
I didn't read it yet. God, you
I-
read everything for
I read it to one.
everybody.
She's like, I don't really like it, so I'm gonna move
That's
on. I'm like, you
weird.
didn't give
Like,
what
she's
issue?
like-
You need to give it more than one issue.
It's true. It does.
Yeah.
It goes crazy after issue 1.
Yeah.
I mean, it's also just bananas. It's like crazy alien creatures. It's,
And then and then I've wept like over several issues. Like it just has the ability to like also break your heart and be real. And so that's kind of like,
You want to know what comic book I cried the most over? Deceased.
which one?
Baby.
deceased.
Oh, Deceased.
The first one was really
The first run. Oh my god! Every time somebody died, I was like, "Why?" Cried like a baby.
All right, so Skylar, I have a question for you. I love giving questions to you because you're new to the show. David's been here.
I'm old hat.
Spotlight a
And
lot.
the newbie.
Yeah, you can put me on mute.
So Skylar, how long have you been training kickboxing martial arts? I am a fan. I love martial arts. I have been years since I've trained.
I started taking Krav Maga actually 2 years ago. So technically this year, I can't 100% say I've been training in the way that I was before, just because it was coronavirus shut everything down. So it wasn't really a lot of going to the gym and training with the trainer. But yeah, I started back in 2018 and have been doing that for a solid year for 2018, 2019. And then this year's been kind of a bust, but so 2 years.
2 years. Amazing.
Mhm.
But I feel like you skipped past a question that I wanted to hear the answer to.
Oh, well, you let me know. I'm going back up. But Max Washington Son did say Phil Noto on Black Widow. Was
Yes, so
amazing.
good.
So good.
That book was so. Black Widow is one of the most underrated books at Marvel. She always gets looked over. An amazing run has come out over and over again.
Yep.
No
The
one
one going
talks
on right
about it.
now is so amazing. Yeah.
Oh my God, Kelly Thompson is doing such a great job. Are
Yep.
you
And Elena
fucking
Casagrande
kidding me?
is so good. Yeah. And then right before you had Chris Samnee and Mark Waid. And I'm like, that run I'm constantly looking at. I'm just amazed. So
I mean-
Widows, yeah, her runs are amazing all the time.
But like she never like runs into continuity. It's always a closed circuit, which is I think I almost prefer.
Mhm.
I almost
I was gonna
prefer
say,
it.
yeah.
But she's so fucking badass. Like she's so much better than all the other heroes. Daredevil, I think if they got together and did like a really cool story, I think that'd be really fucking cool with his powers and her fucking just being a fucking ninja awesomeness. Be really fucking cool. But did you find the question?
I did.
All right, tell it. Ask him.
Kelly Brack asked
Hey, Kelly.
to use in a comic book story.
Well, obviously it's Brack. His name is a sound effect.
That is the
So-
sound you use.
Yeah, there will be a Brack sighting in Resonant at some point.
Hopefully a couple.
Like you guys both-
I thought I put it in 6. Honestly, here's the thing. I thought I put it in 6, and I looked back over my script, and it might have been in an older version or something. That's my bad, but the brack is going to make it into the pages for sure. That's like required. All comics must have a brack sound effect.
I imagine like someone picking up something heavy and then their back goes out, but it goes brack. My brack.
It's versatile.
It's
you know,
versatile.
It's like
Definitely.
gunfire, like bracka. Like
Yeah.
Bust and open a door. Like it works.
So she asked that knowing that it would be herself. Is what you're telling me. She's like, I know the answer already.
Sorry, I'm just reading. I'm trying to go through all of chat right now to find questions. Congrats. Yes, congrats. Oh, Jessica just won. That's where I'm at in chat right now. Jessica, the grand prize. Congrats. Second, Bruce and Stephanie Comics. That's the dad joke. So actually, while I'm reading chat, what are you guys reading right now for yourselves? Like, what are you guys consumers of comic books? Do you guys read comic books? Or are you guys so deep in the medium that you don't have time to read comics? Because if you watch my channel, you know that I literally have 150 comic books over in this corner in a short box. It's packed front to back with 150 that I have to read. No, actually, no, there's more downstairs. I have Middle West and Redneck in the basement that I have to read. So I totally understand if you guys don't have time, because I really have. I try to read 10 comics a week and I pick up 20. So I'm constantly in the game of falling behind because I need to pick up Resonant by Skylar, Patridge, and David Andry. I need to pick up so many other books. But what are you guys reading right now? If you guys are reading comic books,
You can go ahead. Me?
Either
one.
Yeah, I've been. I don't know. I've been trying to get more into trades and stay away from the floppies because of this. There's like I have a whole nother bunch of boxes down here and a whole nother bunch of boxes over here and a bunch of boxes in this other room over here. So I have like 30 short boxes here that I'm trying to organize and get rid of some old comics. So I'm trying to fill up bookcases and not short boxes. But I love monthly comics too. So it's really hard for me to get away from. I've been reading a lot of the X of Swords stuff that I know Stephanie hates. But I do enjoy like I have been enjoying X-Men in general and Excalibur I like, and then mostly indie stuff, a lot of Boom stuff.
Tell me.
He's reading Something is Killing the Children. He definitely.
You have to.
I just picked up the second trade of Something is Killing the Children. I haven't read it yet. I've only read the first trade.
What'd you think?
I've been picking up a lot of the Vault trades. So I just read Sarah and the Royal Stars. And I picked up Money Shot, which is fun. And let's see. Alienated by Cy Spurrier. I really dig his writing. So I'll pick up his stuff. I don't know. I have a terrible memory. So when people ask me what I read, I'm like, I don't know. I just read it last night and I forgot it all already.
All right, Skylar, what are you reading?
To answer your first question, I have been a comic reader most of my life.
I'm so jealous, by the way. Because I didn't start until I was 25. I want to say.
I've been in and out of it. Yeah, I've been in and out of it.
If you want to drive to Sacramento, I will give you all these comics for free. You get a U-Haul, I will put them in them, and you can drive them away. I don't want them anymore. They have to go away.
All right, we'll be right there.
But since starting working in comics, the time to actually read them is smaller and smaller. But I have just this last week, I actually did pick up some monthly stuff and some one-shot stuff. So I've been reading Sea of Sorrows, which number one is out now. And number 2, I believe, comes out next week. And that's fantastic for horror lovers. It's deep sea horror 1920s, like spooky weirdness, lots of inky, dark sea, not sure if you're seeing what you think you're seeing sort of stuff, by Rich Duick. And that's freaking awesome.
Did you read issue 2?
Not yet, no.
Oh,
I'm very excited.
He sent me the PDF. And it is so freaking good.
Oh, I'm stoked.
We had him on the channel
last month.
2 months ago. I don't know. But he's a very cool dude. Him and Joe Mulvey, who did Wailing
Yeah.
Blade.
Joe's great. Yeah.
Wailing Blade is
Wailing
awesome.
Blade. Yeah.
Wailing
Just
Blade
wrapped
is
their
freaking awesome.
Kickstarter.
You really need to buy that. More people need to get that. I think you can still pre-order it. You can still pre-order the trade. I have a short story in there that is awesome.
I didn't know that.
Yes, and there's a killer pinup that goes with my story. It's one of the best pinups. I'm super stoked because it's prose. It's not comics. So I got to kind of stretch some short story telling and like play around in Rich and Joe's world for a little while, and that was really fun. That was awesome.
I mean, that the whole world is fucking bananas.
It's bananas. It's 90s comics exploded on a fantasy world, and it's so much fun. And Joe's art is freaking fantastic. And yeah, absolutely highly recommend Wailing Blade. See, I remembered something because you guys brought it up.
All right, so we got another question. Pete's in the game. Speaking of good dads, if my kids give a #1 dad t-shirts, does this mean I must fight all the other pretender dads that are in Target wearing the same shirt?
It's a
Or
really
mug.
good question.
Yeah.
Does
I
he
mean,
have
come on,
that?
you guys. This is your time to shine.
Just need to
only
tattoo
one-
it on your chest, and then
Yeah.
nobody can take it away from you.
There you go.
#1 dad. It's a very subjective title.
Right.
Is he the #1 dad? To whom?
And
Is he
next
the
question:
#1 dad?
do you guys have nacho flavor Cheetos? I don't know. Do we?
I
I've
don't
never
think
seen
so.
that.
Is that
Is that a Canadian thing?
Popcorn.
Like ketchup flavored chips?
Sam King is Canadian, so that's might be why he's asking. Weekend says, do you guys have Cheeto popcorn?
I've tried that. Not a
It's
fan.
I've not seen that.
Not a fan.
You get the kernels in your teeth.
Yeah, it's like popcorn.
Skylar,
The efficient snacking.
Yeah.
David Mendez, Skylar, does the final page of
That
issue
does.
6 with the
The
boat
final
on the
page.
ocean in the clouds? It took my breath away.
Oh, thank you so much. I have to give a lot of credit to Jason Morty on that. I feel like he took what I gave him and just made it explode. So I knew, I had no doubts that he would be able to make that page rock, and he absolutely did. So
All right, so
Yeah.
let's roll.
And luckily,
Thank
Skylar told me, I think before that, or she had posted something that one of her favorite things to draw was dark and stormy water. And I'm like, well, have
Number
I got
7.
a comic? Have I got a comic for you?
Yeah, number 7 has been just me indulging that.
Oh my god! And yeah,
Yeah.
there's a 2-page spread. I think it's a 2-page spread in 7 that is just freaking fantastic.
Thank you.
I'm so
You
excited.
get a little tease for it for the front of issue 7. You get kind of a preemptive tease for that double page spread.
Yeah, but that cover. Okay, so the covers are all Skylar. Just so you know, nobody else had any good ideas. My only input was the dog. Oh, draw me a dog, Skylar. and so Skylar came up with like 10 different cool like cover ideas for the 5 covers, and it was just like, well, I don't want to pick because they're all so damn good. So when she came up with that cover, I'm like, oh, that's cool. It's like a boat and thing. And then I'm like, oh shit, there's a giant skull right there. I'm like, yeah, it's pretty stunning, the covers.
I mean, I love how David has been sneakily just cycling through all the different covers, which I think is so genius.
Subliminal, yeah.
People are missing, so they want it.
I do want to.
Oh, yes, that
so good.
Look at the skull. Oh my god, and the lightning bolt.
Oh, it's so good. If
Yeah.
you guys just want to hang out, we normally do rapid fire trivia. We have 7, and then also another 10 if you guys want to hang out.
See, way past my bed.
Pew, pew, pew.
I'm just gonna drop it over here. Actually, let me just in the background because I don't want to see this in the background. So, you guys are totally eligible for this because we're gonna have different creators on in the month of January. So I'm gonna hit this full screen so no one can see what the actual questions are. So David, Skylar, if you guys want to answer these questions, just yell them out.
You're giving
Yeah.
a present now.
And
Month giveaway for January. Entries into that giveaway. Although
now, is it going to be another handsome artist man with a cool accent like you guys had on a couple of months ago that made me feel like super insecure?
are you talking about Werther Daldera?
Yes.
Bruno Redondo. We
Bruno-
have
I mean,
both.
Both.
with their sexy accents, and they're like,
Yes.
"Oh, I just draw things," and then women take their
Yeah,
clothes off.
I'm over here a schlub.
I mean, the fact that both of those amazing men decided to send videos to our channel and also send amazing things to our channel is
And
beyond.
send
That
amazing
was awesome.
prints to our house.
Yes, to our house. I have an amazing gift right here from Werther Dildera for my birthday, which is Werther, you're incredible. But we have questions beyond this.
Skylar, just so you know, you have to gonna send Bruce a birthday present next year. So
Okay.
If I can get something similar to that the Maw. That's Maw, right? That's a Maw character.
yes.
Yeah.
I want to make sure that I'm not mistaken. That Maw character. Yes, I want that right next to my Erica Slaughter on the wall.
Although someone put in chat that apparently Skylar drew her version of Erica Slaughter and put that on the social
This is
media.
yesterday. Yeah.
It's awesome. So now we have to find that.
Erica Slaughter is one of the coolest characters. All right, guys. So I'm gonna spin the wheel. You guys are totally eligible for this. So just
Okay.
shout it out if you know.
I'll shout it over you. Do I get to? Am I eligible for this?
You're not eligible.
No, you're not eligible for this. We're giving stuff
on.
away.
God, I can win nothing.
You can yell.
Oh,
No.
oh no. Okay, wait.
Love you.
Nothing.
Burl Ives. Oh no.
Who?
Oh,
You're
no.
right.
Was
Classic
that Burl?
1966.
Was that Burl Ives?
How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
Was it? Who was it? What's the answer?
Burl Ives did the snowman, I think.
Yeah, he did the.
No, it's not Burl Eyes.
Bing Crosby.
Ooh, that was a good one. That's a good guess.
Also not that.
Was it
But
good?
That was gonna be
Tegar.
Yeah.
Tegar.
Oh,
Wait, no, but Sam King got it.
Boris Karloff. Is that correct?
we'll go Sam King. Actually,
Well,
no,
I think you
Sam,
should put both because
Sam King's too early.
Sam King can't win because he can't be a part of the end of the month giveaway because he won already. So it has to be Tegar Paramartha.
Sorry, you guys are watching me watch this.
Tegar
Yes,
sounds like
No idea that was Boris
badass,
Karloff.
like cage fighter.
No, hold on. What's his name? Paramartha.
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 Sorry, you guys have to watch that.
Martha. You guys will have to watch that. Bruce's terrible spelling / pronunciation.
I could have clicked off it, but I'm sorry. I still we have 17 people on. I wanted
Pizza
them
in the
all.
game said Morgan Friedman. And Leo said Sammy Davis Jr. Frankenstein was Max.
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer was created as a promotion for what
Macy's.
store?
Guys, we had
Macy's is a great guess. Macy's is a great guess. There was a lot. This is a
there was a multiple choice question, and Bruce and I got it right.
we
Got it wrong.
Okay,
every
I see
single one.
So there was.
Oh my God, Tegar
I
got
was
it.
gonna say Tagar's got it.
God, Tagar.
2 in a row.
Whiz, trivia whiz.
It was Montgomery Ward.
Yeah.
Yes.
With a
Oh
fucking
my
Dimples.
god! I got Montgomery Ward. That's how old I am.
So Tagar, since you are new to the channel, we do want to let you know you cannot get more than 2 in a right. You get 2 right in a row. You get a question off, and then you get to answer again. But you can answer still, and then people can copy you, but you can't get it right.
Yeah, just tell me. Just chat me directly, so I can see it
Private
sounds
chat,
smart
yeah.
for once.
says Tegar has amazing Wi-Fi.
So Tagar, so now you are competing with Jessica Suarez and Frank Suarez and Matt Washington Sung for the fastest answers. Just saying.
Just say,
Yeah,
let's
gotta
get it
have-
people.
it's got to have fiber or something. It's got to have a fiber connection.
Get Google Fiber.
Little fiber in his diet.
Like fiber in his diet, yes. I was gonna say that. What's that cereal you could eat?
And the
It's like
12
just
days of
fiber
Christmas,
pellets.
there are how many drummers?
And
Yeah, 10.
I was going to say you guys are wrong.
but see, if we're
Oh, is it
wrong,
11?
we're wrong
Is it 11?
together. So that's fine. I'm
11?
okay with that.
No, it's
Remember?
I can't
Come on.
I
remember.
don't remember. It was 8.
8.
Really?
6. It was 6. 7? 7? It was
Just we'll
Just
just say all the
numbers.
numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
4,
7, 8, 9, 10.
12,
12.
23.
What is the answer, gosh? Darn
12 drummers drumming!
There's 12.
it. It's been 12 many fucking times.
No, there
That's
hasn't.
too many. See,
Taylor got
that's
it
too
right.
many drummers. That's just too many.
And then Jessica was second.
Oh, Jessica was second.
Maybe
All right.
fucking
No, Jessica
tell me.
can't win because she's
If you told me,
after Jessica. Who's the one after Jessica?
Leo Marquez.
Leo Marquez. Leo Marquez can win.
No, Leo just won, didn't he?
Did he win?
Where's my spreadsheet, Bruce?
Uh-oh. The stream is falling apart, folks.
It's all fun, right, guys. I put together. Bruce and I for
The 10% are kicking in.
like over a
Leo
year.
hasn't won an end of month giveaway.
And we have a rule: if you won an end of the month giveaway, you can't win for 6 months. And we kept forgetting because
Yeah.
we get drunk on the
Leo
show.
has not
We
won
can't
an end of month
remember.
giveaway.
All right, if you say so.
I do say so.
I made a spreadsheet of all the winners so we wouldn't forget.
And I updated it.
He doesn't.
Skylar, David.
Yes, sir.
By the way, I am drinking also Southern Tier Old Man Winter. Just saying, because
It's
I
delicious.
am old and I am winter, and I love this.
Marley.
That is correct. Marley.
Marley, what?
Jacob
His
Marley.
last Jacob
There
Marley.
you
I was gonna
go!
say that's his last
Jacob
name.
Marley. David Andry gets
Flip
the
it
full
right.
entry. I'm gonna give it to Skylar and David because they both got it right.
Teamwork.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
That's right.
I'm not assuming you're right. David, Andry, Skylar.
Tagar with the full name. You're
Yeah.
a man.
I think it's
Leo
both
said
Patrick.
Bob Marley, which is
That's also right. Yes.
That you will also accept Bob Marley, yes.
we will also accept Bob Marley.
Also Ziggy Marley.
Are we really gonna accept Ziggy though?
And Marley and Me, but that's too
Yeah.
sad.
This is such a sad
Too
movie. I don't want
Too
that.
much crying.
What song does Lucy Ash
Schroeder. Why is this so
Schroeder
hard for you?
to play?
Every time.
Some things are hard for me to play on
It's
this
that New
piano
Hampshire
in Charlie
accent.
around Christmas.
I have no idea.
I don't know either.
Tagar got it right again.
Tagar gets it right.
Fucking
Hey,
Tagar.
Tagar.
Where have you been our whole life?
Taken over. He just
Go, Tagar.
he kicked down the door of the chat and just elbowed everybody out of the way,
He's like, first night in here, and
You
he's
can
fucking
destroy it.
elbow
That's-
drop.
throwing bows.
Man, I love Tagar. Tagar's crushing the game.
And it's an awesome
Trivia bowl partner, yeah.
Tagar.
All right, 2 questions left.
I want to try your beer before you drink it all.
Just 2 beers left here, and you're still
Oh,
sipping
it
on.
smells.
That beer's good.
It smells like pot.
It doesn't smell like pot.
does. So-
Star Wars Christmas.
And then in the TV special, Santa Claus is coming to town in 1970. Which vegetable makes reindeer fly? I know this one.
Is it carrot?
Carrots.
It's the only
No,
thing-
it's not carrots.
celery.
No, not celery.
Beets.
Beef, bear, battle
Some sort of tuber.
Yeah, it's a tuber. What? Rhubarb?
That's okay.
Broccoli?
Oops.
What's Tagar say? Tagar.
Starts with a C and ends with an orn.
Corn?
Corn? Really?
That
That's a
doesn't-
grain.
Our pose
Yeah, that doesn't make you fly.
definitely one end of them.
He's like, he's too soon. I'm in a good way. Sorry, you just won. Dan Marquez, or Mendez, type corn. We need more fans.
Need more fans?
Everyone just typing yes is won an end of month giveaway.
Max Washington didn't win.
Oh, did he say any corn?
He said corn.
Oh, Max. Okay. Well, you're the one telling me. Get up with the info.
Oh my god, do you guys hear how mean Bruce is being to me tonight? You guys are witness
It's really a shame.
that I deal with. I'm not reading chat fast enough, apparently. Okay, this is our relationship.
I'm just expecting perfection, and I'm getting.
I saw the affection earlier. It was too much affection. It was too much. Inappropriate amount of affection.
All right. So anyone who is in chat just jumping in now. In the backstage beforehand, and she was putting in my beer balls, and Stephanie did, and we kissed passionately.
Yeah.
All in, and I looked over, and I'm like, let me click on the StreamYard thing, and I was like, oh, David's in chat.
I thought it was going to be
David,
a desk sweeping moment. You know, you kind of just throw everything off and like have a little holiday cheer. I was like, oh, I'm watching and I can't look away.
I am looking respectfully.
Very embarrassing. All right, so the last question on this wheel, I do have another wheel. If anyone wants to stick around, Skylar, David, you guys can totally peace out, or we can peace out. I don't know. It's anyone. wants
We're in charge, David.
That's right.
So.
How do I move my square over to you guys?
Can I switch gears? Because I don't really like
Shoot out.
So the last question is, I don't want to spin the wheel because there's only one question. In what country are outdoor barbecues, a traditional part of Christmas
Merry Christmas.
festivities.
Australia,
Country?
right?
Australia, that would have been my guess.
Bruce gave it away earlier.
Anyone who writes Australia gets
Sam
it
King.
into the end of the month giveaway.
Sam King was also already won. Comic Poser already won. Leo Marquez was technically third.
Some more David Andry,
I mean, Max Washington, not Leo Marquez. Sorry,
Skylar Patridge.
Max Washington. But Sam King can't win. Comic Poser can't win.
Mac Washington.
Leo said Argentina. Hagar said Ale.
Argentina's a good guess.
Yeah.
We're not saying Australia. Jeremiah Babcock.
Skylar, what was your first produced comic work?
I'll take a question.
Oh god, now I'm worried I'm gonna get it wrong.
I said anyone who says Australia.
I think the Good Fight, I think, was actually my
Okay.
first produced work. But as far as like a monthly issue, it was Relics last year.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice.
Was that your first one?
David, what was your
First monthly, yeah.
book that was
Really?
published?
My first published was an anthology as well, and it was Faster, the FTL Y'all from Iron Circus Comics, which is a sci-fi
nice.
anthology about a cheap to build faster than light engine and what people did with it. And it was just a little 6-page story, and actually that came out first. But Resonant was the first thing that I actually got signed on to do. But it took a while for the first issue to come out. So, yeah.
Well,
But you said you have something else in the works.
yes. This is a great time. Like David and
I don't know this either, so I'm curious.
we should have gave this to you
Because they didn't make the fucking Old Gods, or what was that one called that you were pitching? And they were like, no, and that looks so fucking cool.
Well,
God of Ugly Things
God of
still has a whisper of a life someplace. So there's still a possibility of that being done
Cool as shit.
at some point.
Send that to Skylar because that was so fucking cool.
It's not dead. It's not dead yet.
Yeah, but Skylar needs to see what you sent us because that was awesome.
I'm sure I've posted it.
I think
Yeah.
I've seen a little snippet.
Yeah,
of
that's
it, and it
from
was-
Adam
it was pretty
Cahoon.
amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, he's dope. So that is still somewhere, struggling for breath, like underneath the water, breathing through a straw.
Every
Brambo
comic
style.
creator has
Yes.
that.
Yeah.
There's the
So-
struggling pitch.
yeah. Yeah, this last 3 weeks, I got 5 rejections. So it's been a fun comic week. That's just kind of how it goes.
Bang.
Yeah. And I got 1 yes.
Nice. That's all it is. Wow, baby.
Congratulations, dude.
Yeah. So I'm working on something with Tim Daniel, co-writing, that hopefully will be out next year. And then something that I'm writing by myself that will hopefully be out the year afterwards. 2022 is when that one is tentatively scheduled
Guys,
to drop.
I don't have enough patience for being a comic book writer. If someone was got to wait 2 years, I'd be like, that's it. We're shut it down. Forget it. I can't do it. If we're gonna make it now on the internet, I'm putting it on.
It's honestly the hardest part. The hardest part is waiting. Because you like I said, I mean, the new thing that's coming out in 2022, I've written 8 issues out of the 10 issues, and I've outlined 9 and 10. It's basically done. I went through an editing call, and now I have to do some edits, and I'm basically within the next probably 5 weeks, 6 weeks, going to be done with it completely. I'll just be done, and then it'll just sit there for 2 years. And that's the way it goes. It's
I've
slow.
heard other people say it before, where they're like, every comic is a miracle.
Yeah,
It's
every single one.
To them, yeah.
That's why I have a hard time people bagging on comics. Even terrible comics took a mountain of work and luck, and it doesn't always come out great. And there's a lot of bad comics out there, but no one came out trying to make a crappy comic, and it was a ton of work to get to where it is. So
1 second, because you guys are talking about a very important part of a YouTube channel, especially when you're talking about comics. I try to be very positive in the comic when I review a comic, and I stopped reviewing comics like 4 months ago because it's hard. Like, I know the work you guys put in, and here I am as a person that has no knowledge of the history of what you guys put in, and here I am going that I just read something that was fucking terrible. That was terrible. Don't fucking go out and buy this book. This book is terrible. It's awful. It's awful. I don't want to do that. That's
but even that awful book that didn't score for you, that's someone else's favorite book, though. You know,
like, should I be putting out the vibes that this book is so bad when maybe someone who didn't?
If it's X of Swords, yes.
Well, feel free to. I don't know. Feel free to bag the big boys. I guess they're making their.
The whole point of this channel is to be positive. It's positive to the comic book community. Positive. I want to like, because comic books, in my point, I got in super late in comics. When I was 22, 21, 22, somewhere around there. I was in college. I got into comics, and that's when I was like, fuck, where have I fucking been? This is it. And I don't want to knock that for anyone. Like, I don't want to like take that away from any creator who is coming up, and like, but it's so hard because you read some books and it's like, that was not good. That was not
comic book poser would like to mention, like you're doing with Spider-Woman.
Spider-Woman's fucking hot shit. That's...
See, I just say it's not for me. You know, I don't enjoy it. It's not for me. You know, not every comic has to be for me, and there's lots of comics that I don't enjoy more comics than I enjoy. I'm a pretty selective reader, and there's not a lot of things. There's a lot of things I buy because of, you know, muscle memory. I see it and I buy it, and I take it home and I read it, and I'm like, why the fuck did I read that? Why did I buy that? I haven't liked this comic in 6 months, and I'm still buying it. But it's for somebody. You know, if it's not for somebody, it's not gonna be around too much longer. So
Skylar, David. If I say in 2021, because I pretty much gave a reviewing comics a little ago, but I have some fans that have said, can you review a comic again? How would you suggest talking about those kind of comics?
So I would go to Comic Book Yeti and read Comic Book Yeti's reviews. Because they like to put, this is what worked for this comic, this is what didn't work for this comic. And so they'll give positive and negative to each comic, and you can score like people like to score. But in general, you just point out, say, hey, look, this might be for someone who is 12 years old and, you know, doesn't read at a very high level yet. Or this might be for a 70-year-old dude sitting in the back of their, you know, El Camino. It's for somebody, and just, you know,
there is a comic for everywhere in between there too.
Yep, 100%.
I mean, I don't know. I just want, I'm like, moving forward, Stephanie and I definitely want to be a better YouTube channel.
Guys, we're the best YouTube channel. I don't know what he's talking about. It doesn't get better than this.
But I don't know. It's hard. It's hard. And you guys are so amazing.
Oh, thank you.
I mean,
we're the best. No, I'm sorry.
You're the best.
What does Skylar have it coming out after Resonant?
Yeah, that's a great question. Oh my God. Yes.
Yeah.
Please.
David said you got stuff in the works.
Yeah, next year I'm working on a graphic novel with Alex DeCampi and Kelly Fitzpatrick that will hopefully be wrapped here soon, and then hopefully will be announced at the beginning of next year. And so that's the big thing. I believe it's through Dark Horse. And then after that, I'm starting on Volume, which will be coming through Scout with Christoph Borgarks and Nadia Shamas. And that is sort of it's a YA story, but it's really for anybody. I feel like it's more of an all ages reader. But it's teenagers fighting the man with punk music, and it's sort of a reimagined trying to think. It's sort of like Scott Pilgrim meets its own thing. I don't know. It's teenagers using punk music to fight a fascist dictatorship, basically. So there's a lot of color splashes, and it's unapologetically comic book story. It's just a lot of fun. So
I've seen it. You put up sketches of that at least, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
So that should be, I believe, summer of next year. That'll be hitting shelves.
It's pretty amazing.
So buy all the Skylar stuff.
Those sound very cool.
Well,
We'll buy it. Now we know.
I think that's gonna be it for the show, right?
Guys, it's so past my bedtime. I'm gonna eat. Go to sleep.
So, guys, that has been David, Andry, and Skylar Patridge.
Are we saying it right?
You are, yes. I saw your video announcing for tonight, and I was waiting for the Patridge, but you got it right out of the gate. So appreciate it. Yeah.
You've been saying my name wrong this whole time. I just don't correct you.
What is it?
Are you David?
It's David André. No, it's right. You've been saying it right the whole time.
Dim beans, Andrew.
Yeah, dem beans.
I like dem beans. I saw that. Actually, sure. Dem beans.
This has been an amazing night with two amazing creators. If you guys are not following them on social media, I let me put up their stuff one more time. It's just simply Skylar Patridge, DB Andry on Twitter and on Instagram. They put out amazing stuff.
They're good people.
Good people.
Support other people. They're just like, you want to help good people. You want to like support the guy who's really trying and like supporting his stuff and supporting other people. David doesn't only, although the last week has been only Resonant.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I've been
But prior to that,
yeah.
I mean, to be fair, same. So.
Yeah, I'm going to take a little break from promoting Resonant for a couple of weeks until we start ramping up for 7. So you guys can refollow me, unmute me on Twitter, because it won't just be
like finding the underdog, finding the guy who needs a little bit of a pick me up and promote.
Well, you want people to read it, and that's the only thing.
Obviously.
You want people to read it, and you're really. I mean, I'm proud of it. I'm amazed by the work Skylar has done on it. I'm amazed at the work that Jason Wordy and Darren Bennett have done on it. And like the whole team is awesome. And I think objectively, I think it's a good comic. And I think if people read it, they'll like it. So it's just a fact of getting people to take a chance on an unnamed creator, myself, and a fairly new publisher vault, and getting people to get out of their, Marvel, DC, like, I got to buy every Batman book and try something a little bit different. And, I honestly think most people who read it will like it. I'm sure there are people that don't, and I've heard from them too, and that's fine. But I do think people will like it if they read it. So it's just that frustrating thing of saying, hey, I have this good thing right here. And you're basically begging people to check it out.
Well, and to be fair, like there are a lot of amazing comics coming out right now. Like this is a new golden age of comics right now. So it's hard to pick and choose. So we hope people will keep sticking with us to the second arc.
Pick Resonant.
Pick Resonant is the right answer. But yeah, let's wrap this up. If you guys want to stick around for a little bit longer, we'll drop you to the backstage. We would like to say goodbye to you in person without all this glitz and glamour going on right now.
Off the Santa hat. I'm sorry it's happening.
But thank you guys so much for coming up by. This has been a pleasure for both of us. If you have any last words to the public, to the peoples?
Fuck the police.
So am I wearing my shirt?
I'm wearing my Pulp 716 shirt. Their comic book shop in Buffalo.
New York?
And this was
They're
something
awesome.
one of the customers said about the girls that work there, and they put it on a shirt. So, you know what? Support what you like. Tell people if you like something, tell other people you like it. If you don't like it, keep that shit to yourself. No.
Shut your whore mouth.
Keep scrolling.
Shut your whore mouth. Anything you want to add, Skylar?
No, just stick with us. We've got so much more ahead in this next arc, and
It's
I feel
insane.
like we're gonna deliver the goods here. So
Nice.
You are for sure. Thank you guys so much for coming by.
thank you.
It's been amazing. I'm going to drive you to the backstage, and then please stick. Just don't leave yet. I want to say goodbye.
Sweet kisses for you, David.
All right, guys, that has been another amazing show with David Andry. Skylar Patridge is new to the show. She's did an amazing job tonight. Oh my God, this show has been so good.
Guys, how many times can we get David Andry to come on?
Oh my
Maybe
God, we're
like
so many more.
5.
So many more. Obviously, with issue 10, he'll be back. Obviously.
We'll have to do like a wrap up of Resonant.
Yeah, because that's
We'll do our favorite parts, and it'll be pictures of me reading it like.
It might be the end of Resonant at issue 10, which will be sad. But if Skylar can stick around until issue 10, that'd be amazing, which I think she's going to. It's going to be such a good run. Good book. It's an end of 2020, guys. That's
Guys,
crazy.
this is it. This is the last comics and beer of the year.
Until the second week of January of 2020.
How sad is that?
Because not Christmas.
Christmas Eve is on a Thursday. New Year's Eve is on a Thursday. New Year's Day and Christmas Day is on a Friday. So we're not coming on, guys. We're going to spend time with the
our family.
children.
So we'll see you the second week of January. And then, we'll hopefully at that point, I will have an end of month giveaway person or creator lined up.
Or it'll be me. I'm going to draw you guys a picture.
So many pictures.
It's going to be terrible, but you're going to love it.
All right, guys, we're going to end this live stream. Thank you guys so much for tuning by. It's been an amazing night. Again, with David Andry, Skylar, Patridge, my amazing partner, Stephanie. Thank you guys so much for tuning by. See you guys in the next one.
Peace.
Peace.